October 9th, 2012 may be a common day for you, but in the history of Karnataka, it is counted among the most painful and horrifying dates because on this day, such an incident took place which shook the whole of Karnataka. A 17-year-old girl leaves her home for school at 8:30 a.m. with dreams of a bright future, but does not reach home even by 4 p.m. Evening turns into night, but there is no trace of the daughter. Nearly 2,000 people roam the streets all night in search of the daughter, but the next morning the daughter's body is found in the bushes, seeing whose condition can send shivers down anyone's spine. All limits of cruelty were crossed with this girl, but who showed this brutality? Who was the culprit of this girl? Why has she not got justice till now? Why has the police not investigated this case properly? What is the dark truth hidden behind this case? Let us know, but before proceeding further in the video, if you have not yet liked our video and subscribed to the channel, then quickly do it so that you don't miss the upcoming case files. This case file is from Karnataka, where there's a town called Dharmasthala, which is home to many families, and one of these families was Soujanya's, who used to live happily with her whole family. Soujanya was only 17 years old, but unlike other girls, she neither liked to talk much nor to roam around. Soujanya was a girl who just minded her own business and studied in SDM college built in Ujjain near Dharmasthala. Soujanya's family was not very rich, but they decided to educate their daughter and try to give her a good education. And seeing her family, Soujanya also fulfilled her dream of studying and moving ahead and started studying with full dedication. But who knew that Soujanya's hard work could not make her future come true? Her tomorrow is going to be worse and more painful than today. Well, unaware of her future, Soujanya was busy preparing for her exams during this time. And then came October 2012, when Soujanya got ready to go to college early in the morning and left the house without having breakfast due to the worry of the exam. When Soujanya was leaving for college, her mother Kusumavati was busy in household chores, so she did not even see her daughter leaving, which she regrets even today because it was the last chance when she could have seen her daughter with full attention. But this could not happen, and Soujanya left the house at around 8:30 in the morning. After giving the exam, Soujanya came out of the college and stopped the bus to go home and boarded it. The bus journey was fine, and she got down at the bathing ghat stop from where Soujanya's house was at a short distance. It was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon at this time. After getting down from the bus, Soujanya started walking towards the house, and during this time, her uncle, whose name is Vidhal Gowda, also saw her while walking after getting down from the bus. He told that when Soujanya got down from the bus, "I was looking at her at that time." Actually, Vidhal Gowda's shop is located near the bathing ghat stop, so he often used to see Soujanya going from college to home and from home to college, and the same thing happened on October 9th, 2012. She got down and it was raining heavily at this time, so she took an umbrella and left for home. Vidhal Gowda also did not feel any kind of trouble, and he talked to Soujanya and everything was normal. After talking to Uncle, Soujanya left for home, and this was the last time Soujanya was seen alive. It was 4 to 5 o'clock, but Soujanya did not reach home. Although the distance to Soujanya's house was just a few steps, but she had not reached home yet. With the passage of time, Mother Kusumavathi's worry was also increasing because this was the first time that Soujanya did not come home on time. Soujanya was a very quiet girl who did not like to roam around with friends. She had only one best friend, and that was Kusumavathi, her mother. Soujanya used to tell everything in her heart to her mother. So, when she did not reach home till now, she started worrying about her daughter. They inquired from the people in the neighborhood and called her college classmates to find out if Soujanya was with them or not. But they got the same answer from everywhere, that Soujanya is not with us. Hearing this, the mother's worry increased further. The evening turned into night, but the daughter did not return home, and the family was also worried that where did Soujanya go? The daughter was not going to be found by sitting idle. So the family decided to search for Soujanya themselves, and about 2,000 people of the town helped them. And every part of the town was searched throughout the night. Jungle, bush, field, barn. There was hardly any place left where Soujanya was not searched, but even after searching the whole night, no trace of Soujanya was found anywhere. But the next morning, a person from the town saw a dead body near the bushes, and when it was checked, was revealed that this dead body was Soujanya's. Quickly, the family was informed, and the whole family reached the crime scene and saw that Soujanya had a shoe on one foot and the other foot was missing. Along with that, the umbrella was also missing, and the surprising thing was that even after the rain throughout the night, her bag and book were not. When a search was done at night, neither was Soujanya's body found, nor was there any clue related to her. But between 8009 and Soujanya's body was found here, which means Soujanya was killed somewhere else while the body was thrown here. A tourist named Santosh Rao was also seen near the crime scene. He was seen near the body, so the needle of suspicion turned towards him, and he was caught by three people named Malik Jain, Dheeraj Jain, and Uday Jain. These three not only caught Santosh on the basis of suspicion, but also handed him over to the police and put all the blame on Santosh. When the police saw Santosh, there were about 17 injury marks on his body. Seeing this, the police guessed that maybe Soujanya must have given him these injury marks during his defense, and then Santosh also confessed that he first did wrong with Soujanya and then killed her to save himself. So much brutality was done with the 17-year-old Soujanya that even the listeners were shocked. When Soujanya's body was examined, it was revealed that there were about 17 injury marks on his body, but there were bite marks in many places, soil was filled in her internal organs, and she was a victim of even more brutality. First, Soujanya was molested, and then she was strangled to death. But was Santosh really the one who did all this? Maybe not, because Soujanya's mother had told that before Santosh was seen near the crime scene, Malik Jain, Dheeraj Jain, and Uday Jain were also seen who were talking to each other, and Soujanya's aunt had told her mother about this, who doubted the words of all three. This doubt also increased because these three were friends of Nishchal Jain, and Nishchal Jain is the nephew of Virendra Hegde. Virendra Hegde holds a high position in the world of politics, and he is also a Rajya Sabha MP. Therefore, Soujanya's mother started suspecting that behind Soujanya's death, not Santosh, but Jais and Nishchal were involved, who were using Santosh as a pawn to hide their evil. When this news spread in the town, people's anger erupted like a volcano, and Nishchal Jain and Virendra were seen on the streets. Protests started against Hegde because people believed that Virendra Hegde was trying to save his nephew. When the protests and people's anger grew, Virendra held a press conference and told the media that on the day Soujanya died, Nishchal was not here. Rather, he had gone out. So he has nothing to do with this case. Even though Soujanya belonged to a middle-class family. But when Virendra Hegde's name, the police neither tried to collect evidence nor to reach the culprit. Rather decided to close the investigation of this case by declaring Santosh as the culprit. But people did not keep quiet. People around Soujanya's family put pressure on the police. CID and CBI also did not collect any evidence against Malik Jain, Dheeraj Jain, and Uday Jain, but the police did not collect any evidence against these three. Neither did they reach them, nor were they questioned much. The CCTV cameras installed on the road, where Soujanya's body was found, were also not checked, which could have proved to be very helpful in solving the case. Many such negligences were admitted by the police, and full effort was made to put the blame of Soujanya's murder on Santosh, but this trick of the police did not work, and the forensic report revealed that the soiled vaginal swab, which was found at the crime scene, was Soujanya's. But no such. Santosh told the court that I was forcibly asked to confess the crime. I took the blame of Soujanya's death on myself under pressure, and I did all this on the behest of the police. Santosh's brother Sanjay told that the police had told Santosh that if he did not take the blame of Soujanya's death on himself, then they would also involve his brother and father in this case. Santosh did not want his brother and father to be involved. To avoid dragging the family into all this, Santosh accepted the police's words and declared himself guilty and told everyone that he was the one who first did the wrong thing with Soujanya and then killed her by strangling her. But even after the statement of Santosh, Soujanya's family was not able to accept that Santosh had killed their daughter. The family knew that something was definitely missing in this case, and he was the real culprit. But the police tried to declare Santosh guilty and get him punished on the basis of 3 points, and those 3 points were quite the crime which Santosh had confessed to save his family. The same confession was made foolproof by the police, due to which they handcuffed Santosh and declared him guilty in the whole of Karnataka. The second point was the clothes. Yes, as we told you that the marks of the soil sample vaginal shop were not seen on Santosh's clothes, and the police took this fact into consideration. It was presented as a big issue. The police believed that Santosh had changed his clothes to hide his crime and had hidden those clothes somewhere so that his crime could not be detected. This was the reason that his clothes were not clean and were not covered with dust. The third point was injury marks. When Santosh was handed over to the police, his body was full of wounds. There were different injury marks on the entire body, and about 17 such marks were seen, on the basis of which the police assumed that these marks must have been given by Soujanya to save himself. But when these points were placed before the court, they were declared baseless. The court also informed that the marks found on Santosh's body were received during the fight. In fact, when Santosh was caught, people beat him up and the police were connecting these marks to Soujanya's case. But why was an attempt made to put the blame only on Santosh? This question must be coming to your mind. In fact, Santosh's background has been very painful and crime-related. Before Soujanya's day, Santosh had been in a prison for 5 years. He had been in jail till 2013, and in the meantime, his mother also died. Santosh may have been in jail, but his family trusted him, loved him, and Santosh also always stood in support of his family. So when Santosh was accused of Soujanya's death, the family supported their son, and his brother Sanjay revealed how the police pressurized him and why he confessed to the crime. After the CBI investigation and hearing the court's verdict, Santosh was acquitted, but instead of catching the real culprit, the case was put on hold. Soujanya's father, Mr. Garden, asked the CBI to reinvestigate the case and find out the real culprits so that his daughter gets justice. Santosh also raised his voice to get justice for Soujanya and also spoke about the ill treatment meted out to him. Santosh demanded 50 lakhs as compensation, but the compensation was not approved by the court, and neither were orders given to find the culprit. Although this case was investigated in many different ways, first it was handled by the local police, and later it was handed over to the Criminal Investigation Department, which considered Santosh as the accused. After this, in 2014, the case went to the CBI. In this way, the case was investigated by different teams, but the real culprit could not be found. Therefore, Soujanya's father, Sri Gauja, requested the High Court to reopen the case in 2018, but the court rejected the petition and said that even if permission for reinvestigation is given, the purpose will not be fulfilled. In this way, the High Court also turned away from getting justice for Soujanya. Until now, Soujanya has not got justice. What do you think? Was it right for the High Court to reject the petition like this? Is it right to let Soujanya's culprit roam freely like this? Why do the police and the High Court not want to get justice for Soujanya? Write your opinion in the comment section. Like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so that you do not miss the upcoming case files.